this is not a BDSM relationship. In a BDSM relationship, there's something consensual. He went on Craigslist advertising himself as somebody who was godly and sweet and looking for a partner. He then presented her with this contract somewhere in their relationship. This was not part of their contract in the beginning. In a BDSM relationship that's consensual, both partners at the end of the day are experiencing some pleasure, sometimes via pain and humiliation. But there are boundaries, there are safe words, and there are rules with these types of relationships.
Well, let me play devil's advocate. But Wendy, I'm confused. I signed a contract. Contract has to be, it's binding by both parties. Both people have to dissolve it.
Not if the contract breaks the law. When we talk about this being not a BDSM relationship, remember, every BDSM contract has to include clauses that are safe, sane, and consensual.
Right.
There is nothing safe and sane about withholding somebody's medication or constraining them. What if there was a fire and she couldn't get out and she was tied up?
Or she was seizing and unconscious. Here's some of the items removed from the home, and a lot of these things were intended to induce like really serious, painful, unflinchingly painful experiences with no safety. Sam.
Yeah, Dr. Drew, he would torture her until she was left unconscious.
Right,
he would repeatedly rape her. He would beat her in front of his children, and he would also beat her dog.
Right there.
He would beat her dog, too. So this guy is an absolute, not even a sadist. This guy is a piece of garbage.
Well, so Jennifer, psychopath, hurting animals, hurting adults, not caring, acting out weirdly sexually. What do you think?
I mean, absolutely, I agree with that. But I think what I would really want women to know is just because a man says that he's godly doesn't mean crap. You have to walk the walk with him for some kind of time before you put yourself in these kinds of situations. Once again, I'm not making her another victim in this situation, but the godliness kept being put up front. What was she looking for? And as soon as she got with him and he began to demonstrate these kinds of behaviors, God went out the door. Why didn't she go behind him?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You know, it is crazy. And Jenna, isn't it interesting that she was looking for safety, but was because she probably had these sorts of experiences in her life and was attracted to this sort of abuse?
Right. So this sort of abuse is like an addiction, only substances come with warnings and known risks of danger and continued abuse, right? And humans don't have labels. But somebody who's coming from a pattern of violence typically does seek this out. This is somebody who definitely was staying with him for a reason. And he was somebody, and I want to focus more on him because I don't want to re-victimize her here, because that's what we're doing by saying, why does she stay with him, right? But he is somebody who has
but to be fair,
she is a responsible adult.
Because once she's in it, she's in it.
Yeah, when they get into that kind of coercion and control, there's no self. They're just destroyed, and they can't imagine. It's like a Stockholm syndrome in a way. They just can't imagine being outside of the sway of that power.
You're right, but
day
this is a man.
though?
No, not day one. Day one, she signed up for it, guys. I really think she did day one. I think that was again, it's coercion and control of his part.
And then it became a slippery slope, and the emotional shackles were stronger than any other shackle.
She wanted to please him. She thought she loved this man. She's addicted to him. He craves power and control, and she wanted to give him that. It just kind of went a little too far.